really not fair. It's just like, I can't even live my life. I can't even go anywhere.
Kourtney has decided to cut off all communication with her mother, Kris, following a recent upsetting incident. "I don't want her around me anymore, and I never want to speak to her again," Kourtney revealed. Despite being Kris Jenner's firstborn child, Kourtney's relationship with her mother has always been very complex. They have had several serious disagreements since their family's reality show premiered in 2007. To provide some context, let's consider a few examples. During the first season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kourtney expressed a desire to marry her then-boyfriend, Scott Disick, in Las Vegas. However, Kris persuaded her not to, insisting that it should be a family affair with everyone present. Kris discouraged the idea of a Vegas wedding, suggesting that Kourtney shouldn't pursue marriage in that manner.
"You look really pretty, but this is wrong. You've got hot pink flowers and you're standing under plastic roses. Now, I know you. It's not about the things. I don't mean to make it about that, but this feels wrong. You're rushing it. Bruce isn't here. Your little sisters aren't here. They would die if they thought they weren't your bridesmaids. Where are his parents?
Right.
Where's his family? You know, this is about family."
In hindsight, this turned out to be a wise decision, as Scott was not the right partner for Kourtney. However, the key point is that Kris often inserted herself into Kourtney's personal matters, attempting to exert control. At that time, Kourtney appeared genuinely happy with Scott, and they both wanted to marry. Despite this, Kris made the situation more about herself and everyone else rather than focusing on Kourtney and Scott's wishes. It appears that Kourtney still harbors significant resentment towards Kris due to these incidents, as Kourtney was once very close to her. After Robert Kardashian Sr. and Kris split, the family dynamics shifted dramatically when Kris had an affair with former professional soccer player Todd Waterman. This affair became a focal point during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, leading to an explosive argument between Kourtney and Kris. During the argument, Kris attempted to compare her affair with Todd to Kourtney's relationship with her then-boyfriend, Eunice Benjima. However, Kourtney quickly pointed out that her situation with Eunice was entirely different because she was not married to Scott at the time and they weren't even in a committed relationship. It's worth noting that Kourtney was just 12 years old when her parents divorced, so she likely vividly remembers the pain and drama caused by Kris's affair. It's particularly troubling for Kris to compare her actions to Kourtney's dating life, given the impact of Kris's affair on the family. This incident wasn't the only time Kris tried to embarrass Kourtney on their reality show. After Kourtney ended her relationship with Scott for good, Kris began pressuring her to marry Scott. Some Kardashian fans speculated that Kris only wanted Scott to stay around because he provided entertainment for the show, even after Kourtney made it clear that she wanted to pursue a relationship with someone else after years of being on and off with Scott. Kris continued to shame her for trying to live her life. As many are aware, Kris manages all of her children and reportedly takes a 10% cut from their businesses. Kourtney initially hired Kris to manage her in 2008. However, it seems that Kris never fully believed in Kourtney's potential for success. Instead, she chose to focus on her two most profitable daughters, Kim and Kylie. Kris even missed Kourtney's first ever photo shoot as her manager because she was preoccupied with promoting Kim following her private tape scandal.
It was like Kim was kind of like the outsider
She was.
for years.
Yeah.
And I feel like she could handle that because she's like, could handle that like being on her own vibe. But like, how does it feel now where it does kind of seem like it's more Kim and Khloe?
The reason? Because the two were having babies at the same time.
I think that when Khloe was pregnant with True, and then I think, was Kim pregnant? Did they have kids?
Oh, they
at
had
the
kids
same-
at the same time.
She had a
Yeah.
surrogate at that time,
Right,
maybe?
yeah.
Yeah. So I just felt like they really bonded, like they were going through the same things. That's when I was unhappy with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Partially because of them too, kind of ganging up. I felt like it was almost everything that Khloe and I had done to Kim, and then they were like kind of flipping it on me. It was like everything. And then, I mean, to be like pushed to the point of like, not that anyone pushed me, but it was like the daily stuff to where I like had the rage inside to like scratch myself.
This highlights the strained dynamic between Kourtney and her mother, as Kris consistently prioritized the success of her other children over Kourtney's aspirations. Rumors began circulating that Kourtney had finally freed herself from Kris's management and secured a new manager. However, this change reportedly didn't sit well with Kris. Fans speculated that Kris intentionally ignored Kourtney and refused to promote her business ventures simply because she couldn't collect her usual 10%. These rumors started in April 2022 when Kris shared a promotional photo for Hulu's The Kardashians, but tagged every family member except Kourtney. Instead of tagging Kourtney's personal Instagram account, Kris tagged Kourtney as Hulu. This move sparked speculation among fans that Kris and Kourtney had a falling out, with some even suggesting that Kourtney had blocked Kris on Instagram. Additionally, Kris did not post any photos of Kourtney at the 2022 Oscars, further fueling these rumors. Despite Kourtney being the first Kardashian member to attend the event just a few months later, she appeared on the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast and revealed that a lot had changed in terms of the Kardashian family dynamic since she married Travis.
We're good,
but it's not the same.
I think just life isn't the same.
Yeah, life.
I think I'm in a different place. I think some of us more than others like feel the need to distance sometimes, or just do our own thing, have our own thing. It can be like all so interconnected.
She subtly criticized her sisters Kim and Khloe for ganging up on her, noting that they are now in different places and family life is simply not the same anymore. After Kourtney's comments went viral, many fans speculated that Kim and Khloe were jealous of Kourtney because she found love and got married. If you enjoy this type of content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on all the latest Kardashian updates. Since Kourtney started dating Travis, she has appeared even more unbothered and confident than usual, which may irritate Kim and Khloe. Kourtney has not spoken to Kris in months, and Kris completely ignored the launch of Kourtney's Lemmy Pear gummies. However, Kris continued to promote every Skims Good American and Kylie Cosmetics drop. Kris has been heavily promoting Kendall's tequila brand, 818 Tequila, and she even manages her reclusive son Rob's Instagram account. It seems that Kris is primarily focused on maximizing profits, and she is likely frustrated that she cannot earn her usual 10% from Kourtney's business ventures. This may explain why Kris refuses to promote Kourtney's businesses, even though she no longer manages her. Fans have criticized Kris and the rest of the Kardashian sisters for ignoring Kourtney and called them hypocrites. They point out that the family has criticized Kourtney for years for not having a business and accused her of being lazy. Now that Kourtney has started her own venture without her mom's help, the family is showing zero support. Sources close to Kourtney say she is as unbothered as ever and is enjoying the peace and quiet that comes from not dealing with the family on a daily basis. Kourtney decided to distance herself from her mom because she felt that Kris never treated her the same way as her other daughters. Kris resents Kourtney for not making it easy for her to manipulate her decisions in her career and personal life. Unlike Kim and the others, whom Kris sees as her puppets and money makers, Kourtney and Rob, on the other hand, live life on their own terms. Since Kourtney began therapy, she has been open about how she has noticed her family's toxic dynamics and behavioral patterns, which has likely contributed to her decision to distance herself from them. Most of Kourtney's family members have made it clear over the years that they are not keen on seeking therapy to work on themselves. However, Kourtney has continued to emphasize the importance of therapy to her family members. She has tried to discuss therapy with Kris several times, but Kris has always cut her off and diverted the topic, leaving Kourtney unable to address her issues with her mother. Kourtney revealed that she attempted to talk to Kris about this one last time to improve their relationship. However, a major argument erupted with Kris suggesting that Kourtney should not be so sensitive and that family should always come first. This argument led Kourtney to break off contact with Kris for good. "My mom is a massive control freak," Kourtney explained to an insider. "I think that we all get a bit of a controlling nature from her. When I'm around her, it makes me never want to be that way. I don't feel loved, appreciated, or respected by my mother. For now, I want to focus on myself and my kids. I want a peaceful life with people who love me," Kourtney revealed.